We see our world through filters. Have you ever played the game Telephone, where you have a whole line of people and the first person comes up with a story or a sentence or something, and they whisper it to the next ear, and then it gets carried on down the line, and at the end it's hilarious because it's so much different than the original message? That's kind of like how our filters work. Our filters are things that we've built throughout our lives. There are stories, our thoughts, our beliefs, our values, our rules, and it's the real reason why you could have like 10, 30 people all see the same event and they'll all recount it a little bit differently or a lot differently. It's all because of the filters they have. And that is how we end up with so much strife and issues in conversations, because there's 4 steps to a conversation. It's what the person intends to say, what they're thinking in their brain, but then they have to articulate it out into the world. And a lot of the time, meaning gets lost. The interpretation gets lost sometimes, just from the way we're thinking and how it comes out. Some people are more articulate than others, or whatever. And then there's 2 more steps. Okay, now the next person's hearing what's being said, but they also have their own filters. And so they're interpreting that, and then they're making meaning of what was being said from that. And that is where all the chaos can come from. So first of all, it's really great for us to work on our own stories so that we aren't making extra assumptions and stuff. Get down! It's important for us to work on our own stories so that we're able to have as few filters on the world as humanly possible. And then to make sure that we are using our most pure intentions when we're speaking, so that we aren't hiding our true meaning behind things. And then from there, we really can't do much more for that when we're communicating out. But when we are receiving in, if we're going to assume something, assume everybody's doing their best, and understand that not everybody is great at sharing their true intentions, and a lot of people have a lot of stories and filters going on for them that may not be serving them. So try not to take anything they have to say too personally, because it's not about them. It's not about you, it's about them when they're talking, okay? Even if they're talking against you. So it seems. I gotta get out. Finn's attacking me. He knows I'm leaving. So I had meant to have this in a much more controlled sharing portion, but I'm leaving, and I had a dog attacking me while I was trying to leave. So right then and there, some of my intention doesn't get conveyed fully the way I intended it, which can affect my meaning. Look, I'm gonna Mr. Rogers you and put my shoes on. So so the takeaway from this is to, if you feel like you're being triggered by a conversation or something somebody's saying, it's great to take a step back and evaluate those 4 steps, as well as what else could be possible in your own assumptions. And this even is important when we find ourselves totally on board with what somebody's saying, because we can sometimes just dive right in and drink the Kool-Aid and be totally excited about something. And it's really important for us to always be sure that we are working from our highest good, and there's no hidden agendas, and that we're looking at the full picture. That's the hardest thing, is making sure we're looking at the whole picture, because when we grow up, we are programming ourselves to see things a certain way. Everybody around us, our families, our friends, our society, we're learning how to look at things and how to make meaning on things, and this feels like reality and like there's no other way, and it's the fabric of our being. And in honesty, You can take that same person and have them grow up in a totally different environment and have a completely different reality. And so, what's real? So it's very important to just take some time. I've been saying important a lot this morning, haven't I? But yeah, I got to go. So peace out. Thanks for listening and enjoying my little Mr. Rogers moment this morning with my little breadcrumbs. And I'll check you later.